Welcome to today's video, where we're diving deep into something essential for personal growth, learning to think for yourself, breaking free from the influences of others, and embracing the power of independent decision-making. In life, if you're not steering your own ship, someone else will. Think about it. How many times have you taken advice without really questioning it? Maybe you trusted someone's opinion so much that you didn't stop to think, is this what I actually want? It's easy to follow others, but doing so can lead you to lose sight of your own goals, values, and ultimately, your happiness. The danger of blindly following others. Let's start with the dangers of following others blindly. Imagine you have a friend whose advice you've always relied on. They seem confident, so you let them guide you. But what if they're not guiding you in your best interests? Maybe, deep down, they don't want to see you rise. Maybe their advice comes from their own insecurities or fears. Here's a story that illustrates this perfectly. A young woman was advised by her best friend not to marry a man because of his cultural background. Trusting her friend, she ended the relationship, believing it was for her own good. Later, she discovered that the same friend had married the man she was warned against. This wasn't just betrayal, it was manipulation. This situation reveals a harsh truth. Manipulation thrives when we don't think critically. People can mislead you, sometimes intentionally, sometimes without even realizing it. Their advice can be colored by their own biases, fears, or even jealousy. It's up to you to sift through the noise and make decisions based on your values, your life, and your future. Losing yourself. The consequence of giving up control. So, what happens when you constantly allow others to dictate your decisions? When you don't pause to question and reflect on what you truly want, you lose yourself. You become a shadow of others, reacting to their desires rather than pursuing your own. Think about how limiting this is. Never taking risks, never exploring your true potential because you're always waiting for someone else's approval. Imagine all the opportunities missed, all the dreams left unexplored, because you followed someone else's vision of your life. Life isn't meant to be lived through someone else's lens. You deserve to live your life, full of decisions that reflect your aspirations, not someone else's agenda. Breaking free. Steps to thinking independently. Now, the big question, how do you break free? How do you cultivate the confidence to think for yourself and make decisions that are true to who you are? Let's walk through some practical steps. 1. Learn to say no. This is huge. Not every piece of advice, not every suggestion is right for you. Practice the art of politely but firmly saying no when something doesn't feel aligned with your values or goals. It might feel uncomfortable at first, but it's one of the most empowering things you can do. 2. Question everything. Critical thinking is your greatest ally. Before you accept advice or make a decision, ask yourself some important questions. Does this align with my values? Does it serve my long-term goals? What are the possible consequences? Analyze situations with a clear mind and make decisions based on reason, not just emotion. 3. Surround yourself with people who empower you. You can't thrive in a toxic or manipulative environment. It's essential to build relationships with people who support your growth, who want to see you succeed, and who respect your decisions. Surrounding yourself with positive, empowering people helps you stay grounded in your truth. 4. Build self-confidence. Confidence comes from action. Start small. Begin by making little decisions on your own, whether it's choosing what to do with your free time, picking up a new hobby, or saying no to something that doesn't sit right with you. Over time, you'll build trust in your own decision-making abilities. Celebrate those small wins. They add up. One of the most beautiful things about life is that we are all different. Our experiences and perspectives are unique to us. Yet, so many of us fear standing out or making decisions that go against the grain. But here's the thing, being different isn't a flaw. It's your strength. For example, take Steve Jobs, the co-founder of Apple. He didn't follow the conventional paths laid out by others. Jobs dropped out of college, took calligraphy classes just because he found them interesting, and pursued his vision for Apple with relentless passion. At the time, many people thought he was making a mistake, but his independent thinking changed the world of technology forever. By following his instincts, he created something revolutionary. Similarly, Oprah Winfrey is another example of someone who refused to follow the crowd. As a young TV reporter, she was told she didn't have the right look or personality for television. Instead of letting those comments define her, she trusted her own potential and became one of the most influential media personalities in history. The common thread among successful people is their ability to think for themselves. They didn't let other people's opinions or expectations dictate their path. They trusted their instincts, took bold steps, and made decisions that aligned with their own values and dreams. Let me share a personal story. There was a time in my life when I had to make a major decision. Everyone around me, friends, family, was offering advice, each pulling me in different directions. It felt overwhelming, to say the least. I was confused, unsure of what to do. Then it hit me. No one knows my life as well as I do. While their advice was well-meaning, I had to live with the consequences of my decision, not them. I realized that I needed to make a choice based on what felt right for me. It wasn't easy. I had to tune out the noise, reflect on what I truly wanted, and trust my instincts. But the moment I did, everything changed. I felt a deep sense of empowerment, of freedom I hadn't experienced before. I wasn't just following someone else's path. I was creating my own. So, what's the key takeaway here? Life is full of decisions, and people will always offer their advice, sometimes with the best intentions and sometimes not. But at the end of the day, you are the one who has to live with the consequences of your choices. So, why not make those choices your own? Learn to question, trust yourself, embrace your individuality. Your life is unique, and the path you carve out for yourself should reflect that uniqueness. It's easy to follow the crowd, but it takes real courage to walk your own path. Remember, the most successful people we admire didn't get where they are by following others. They trusted their instincts and made decisions that align with their true selves. You hold that same power. You have the ability to think critically, to break free from the influences of others, and to make decisions that will lead you to a life of purpose and fulfillment. So, own your decisions. Own your life. Thank you so much for watching. If this resonated with you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more empowering content. Let's build a community where we inspire each other to be the best versions of ourselves. Stay strong, stay true to yourself, and I'll see you in the next video.